Hey guys, Viggoman here and welcome back to another video from Sangra'Qur. This is episode 30, which means it's another 10 sort of episode. So we will have a tour today where we take a look at everything that we have built so far. So if you're brand new here, it's a nice way for you to catch up or just kind of update yourself on what's going on here. And if you've been watching this for a while, it's a nice way of just getting a recap as well, because we've been working on this place here for quite some time. So this here is Sangra'Qur, my massive Minecraft project where we're building a desert city in a medieval sort of setting in my fantasy world, where the crown jewel is the massive castle, which is shaped as a pyramid. We are not done by any means. We still have quite a lot left before I'd say we're done, but we are more than halfway there, that's for sure, I believe. Hopefully. So what I'm thinking today is that we will take a look at it sort of chronologically in a way, and then just be walking. So you'll just see it from the ground perspective. I don't think we've done that before. I think we've usually been flying around. So I think this is going to be a fun way of just taking a look at everything, and I'll try to tell you sort of the lore behind some stuff and what you're kind of watching at or looking at. So this is the first gate, or the main gate of this place here, where we are crossing the Kur, the river that this city is built around. So the main gate here, you can kind of open it like that and like this. Whoops. And then we're in this kind of barbican area where it will be pretty bad to be here if you're trying to invade the city. There will be archers all around you, and just look at the beautiful massive towers on the second gate, which we have right here, where there are two dragons kind of carved into both sides, gilded dragons like that. Yeah, really cool. Now we can continue up here. This opens up. We have, of course, another double gate here. So the city is very well defended from this place. From here, it kind of opens up to a massive circular area where we have a statue of a beetle in the middle, which is very common in sort of like Egyptian places, or ancient Egypt, I guess. And this is sort of like a roundabout, and just straight away telling you that these people here, they love geometry, and they love trying to create lines and shapes in bigger scales than many of the other cities that we are building in this world here. So it's a massive roundabout where we kind of have this big circle in the center. Then we have this sort of spikes or roads leading up to bigger circles surrounding all of this, where we have like this shade cloth. So it's a nice way for people all over the city to come in here, and then you can kind of figure out what path to go in next. And from above, as you can see, it almost looks like a massive wheel where the roads kind of go out, radiate out like beams throughout the city. So from here, I believe actually the castle was the first thing that we actually built on this place here. So I think we'll go straight over there and just take a quick look. Again, there's videos on everything here, so you can check it out and take a look at like more detailed sort of videos, or get on the server yourself with information down below, so you can fly around and look at everything for as long as you wish. So this is the castle. We have multiple gates here, again just to protect everyone and everything inside it, which is really cool. So yeah, there's a lot of statues here, a lot of gold and all that sort of stuff as well. Massive gates as well. Can we close the door? There we go. So there's, yeah, it looks kind of weird when you open and close these massive gates like this, but it's the only way I know how to do it. So massive plaza in front here. We have statues, we have water features, and kind of like a park where we have trees, palm trees and all this sort of stuff. And then we have, of course, the massive lion statue guiding or guarding the next gate here, which actually leads into the castle itself. So massive statue up there. And again, this castle is quite massive, so if you want to check it out for yourself, get on the server or watch the video where, or actually there's 2 videos where we built this, because it's, yeah, truly massive. Just look at the lobby here, or the entrance hall. It's just huge, absolutely huge. So I'll take a quick tour around some of the main features here, and then we will go outside and check out the rest of the city as well. So there's some massive staircases as well. We'll be pretty sore in the legs the first days living here, I guess, walking up and down here. But it's just like halls all over the place with massive, beautiful carved stone pillars. And we have like features, we have all sorts of rooms. What is this, like water features as well? Yeah, I almost forget what's in here. Here's the yeah, the auditory room, or the throne room, I guess. Again, the scale of this place here is just truly massive, and that's kind of the point of it. I want it to be realistic, unrealistically big, ridiculously big, and I think we kind of pulled it off. It's absolutely huge. So let's not spend too much time on this thing right here, because again, there's already videos on it, and it just takes a long time walking up and around all the different rooms. But yeah, we can get up here to the lion statue as well. And it's so big, we have even like houses and stuff built on it. This is not a house, but it's part of the guards protecting the main gate from up here. Yep, so let's go back in here and then through here like that, and then we will continue, or just follow the normal path down again, I guess. Would make sense. So we go down here, and there's even cellars and stuff as well if you continue down this like stairwell right here. So you continue down like that as well. So absolutely massive castle. Really happy with how it turned out. It's exactly kind of what I imagined, like almost sticking out like a sore thumb in this place here, and that's exactly the style we wanted. Now let's go back through these gatehouse here and get back to the roundabout and pick another street to walk down. Here we go. Almost there. So as you can see, kind of going with the pyramid kind of style for the castle itself, which is kind of cool, but then adding all these sort of defensive walls and gates and towers around it to create, yeah, in my opinion, a very unique style. I'm gonna be honest, I was inspired by some of the free cities of Game of Thrones, like Marine and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's awesome. Now, back at the massive roundabout, I think we'll go this way right here to kind of the first neighborhood we built. And over here we have a small market. There's several markets in the city, but here we have one. We have all sorts of market tents selling everything you can imagine. It's very cozy in here. Yeah, I really like it. And then we have all sorts of houses as well, you know, with professions, and they're selling stuff, making stuff, and all these sorts of cozy alleys between them. And overall, I really think Sangra'Qur has some beautiful, very cozy streets, just tying everything together. This district here is built around the horses, which is or one of the main stables for the city is in here for like the guards. So here we have like some really cool stables built outside the city wall, kind of as an extension to the city walls. And I want to go upstairs and just show you kind of what's going on here, and then whoops, and then also the statue up here, which is one of my favorite statues of this place. It's a horse statue built on a diagonal, and then you can kind of see the battlements wrapping around here, which is all really cool. Now, as I said, the area behind here, a lot of it is built around infrastructure for keeping the stables. So we have smiths and stuff making horseshoes, and they're making chains, ropes, food for the guards, and all that sort of stuff. So a lot of this area around here is built around providing for the barracks and the stables. But I still think it has such a unique personality to this place here. One of my favorite areas of the city. Now we can continue over here and just follow the road. We have buildings on all sides, and we get to another small little opening here. Or we have this one. This is an inn, pretty big inn. And we have some wells around here, and one of the public bathrooms or toilets. It's one of the key features of Sangra'Qur is that there's no dumping your feces on the ground. There's no private bathrooms. You use these, and they are connected up to the river, so you can flush it all away to keep the city clean and smell free, which is important in a humid and a hot environment like this. Now over here we continue up a little hill, taking us to one of the temples of this place. This is the temple for the dead, and this is where the kings are buried underground here. Really cool thing, and we have a lot of houses and stuff kind of being built here, mostly for facilitating that. We have people making the coffins, or making the oils, or being priests, kind of, yeah, all that sort of stuff. So that's kind of a thing I'm trying to do, to create districts where we have a majority of the professions around that kind of district, or making the district stand out a little bit. Yeah, and here we have the river. This is such a cozy place as well, kind of flowing around along the river here, where we have a bridge leaning over, where we have some statues, and this takes us to another massive plaza where we have the obelisk in the middle. I think it's really cool. And yeah, just an open area where we have, of course, yeah, just following the river along here. Really cozy place. And again, a little neighborhood over here where we have some all sorts of professions. We have inns, blacksmiths, people making food, bakeries, you know, everything you kind of need. But this leads us to the artist district, or the creative district, and we have a temple here for the god of art, built right to this little plaza here. And we actually have a small inn for people coming to this place, but we have professions for like making paint. We have artists living here. We have, yeah, the temple again for the artists, or the god of art and creativity. And we have a theater over here as well. So all these professions, you can walk down these streets here, or a lot of them are making things to facilitate the creative spirit of Sangra'Qur. So all sorts of narrow streets here we have. I believe this is where they make some paint. Yeah, this is where they mix up some of the paint for creating props for the theater, which is just up here, but also for the artists creating yeah, paintings and stuff like that. So yeah, over here we have the theater, which is inspired by like Roman amphitheaters, kind of, where we have this circular kind of carved into the mountainside. And then we have the scene down there. I think it's really cool. People are sitting here enjoying a play probably every night. One of the ways I'm trying to tell or explain that Sangra'Qur is very developed, it's unique in its way, is that it's all these sort of things where we have a theater, which is very commonly used, and we have other things around the city again, which we'll come to, that just kind of sets it apart from the rest of the universe we have here. Then up here we also have the private area for the king and the nobles. Yeah, so that is the theater here. You can see we have some cranes up there, we have props on the scene, and it's kind of a functioning theater where you can winch stuff up and down here. We have a sun, and you can probably use it for all sorts of stuff. Really cool. Out here, again, all these sort of houses here have professions for everything you can imagine. Yeah. We can go down here, and I just kind of want to show you over here as well, because this place is kind of cozy. Again, walking along the river Kur here. And we have all sorts of stuff here built into the... It's kind of a slope here. Yeah. And then this river or bridge leads over the river and up to that place, which I think we're gonna go over to the fort over there before we get to that, because I think that's the chronological order we built it in. So let's return or go back on the bridge. Yeah, I just also want to show you. You can kind of go down and access sort of these plateaus where they can have boats and stuff down there. Now let's continue over here. We have a statue straight ahead. Again, there's all sorts of statues around here. I think that's really cool, and it makes the city come alive a little bit. It kind of makes you wonder, who is this? So it's kind of fun. Yeah, so we have one of the few battlements, bigger battlements here. This is a fort, and this was, the lore is that it was built by some people from not from Sangra'Qur. Sangra'Qur is a pretty recent kingdom and city. It's a lot newer than all the other cities, but this was an outpost for the Marian kingdom back in the day. So they actually had an outpost here, and I'll show you on the map. It's built on the hill here, and quite defensible, and a nice way of protecting and controlling the river here. So the old Marian kingdom built this outpost here, and the Sangra'Qurians have now kind of started to use it, reused it. Yeah, so we can go in here. So there's a lot of different layers of defense here, but you can see that the style is a little different than the city walls and all that sort of stuff around here. But it's really cool, and just again telling a little bit of a story. You can kind of tell that this is older and a different kind of architectural style. But now they're using it actively, train of people. They have some barracks in here, and controlling the coast here, which is kind of open. So yeah, a very cool place, I think. Let's go down. Let's not handle too much with this place here. The city is big, and we can't spend time on all the nitty-gritty details because we'll be here forever. So again, get on the server or watch all my videos. Preferably you can do both, and check it out for yourself. Yeah, over there we have some professions for like running this. I think this is stables for the horses. Then over here we have a small military harbor for the fortress here. Here we can see the standard Sangra'Qurian battleships. So these are made like Egyptian Nile ships. It's sort of inspired, and they're used to, you can kind of ride them up in the shallow river here, but also along the coast, which is sandy and it's quite shallow, marshy. So these are very nice to protect and patrol and the area here. So yeah, and they're quick as well. But I want to have some bigger battleships as well. I believe this one is a little bit bigger actually. Can't remember. But yeah, I want to have a ship dock somewhere or shipyard somewhere where we have some bigger ships as well. But yeah, I love these little cranes as well here, just making it come alive. Now let's cross the river once again and move over to this other district on across the river here. I love just kind of stopping and just enjoying the view from all sorts of locations in the city here. But let's cross the bridge. Actually, we have like this little island in the river here as well, which is just like a cozy place to relax. So yeah, crossing the river here. On both sides we do have some farms that are kind of using the river as irrigation system. I have that, and over here we have some like sugarcane or papyrus or something. And this is sugarcane because we're using it for sugar production over there. So we continue over here, and then we get to this area, which is the gambling district in a way. So we have again all sorts of professions, everything you need to live in this place here. But we have a bank where people can come in, they can loan money, they can put money in or withdraw money and all that sort of stuff. And we have this little plateau up here, which I love. And then we have over here we have a casino where you can come in and gamble all your money away. So yeah, it's kind of cozy. And it's all kind of connected with different buildings. Over here we have a restaurant, so you can kind of just spend a nice night here and gamble some money and move around in this district here, where we have poker tables or whatever, and you can spin the wheel, you can just have a good time. Next to that we have a brothel as well. So this here is a massive brothel. Do with that as you wish. But yeah, we have a brothel over here. Next to that, on this side here, we have a tavern. So yeah, you can spend your entire evening in just like this little plaza here, just walking all these small cozy streets all over. Yeah, I really like it. I just love exploring this place and looking at all the different things. This is a brewery providing this district with all the beautiful beverages. And this right here is a place where they make the barley. So it's a barley house, I think it's called. So yeah, very cool, very cool. There's also a little market over here. Let's check that out quickly. Yeah. Now let's continue over here, follow the road. And then we'll get to two cool things about the city. On our right side here, we have the slave market, or one slave market. And if you've been paying attention, and we have a sort of like a way of, or we have slaves there's slaves in the city here, but the slaves are kind of like cheap labor with no rights. And then we have thralls, which is like the worst kind of slaves you can be, which are like people that are taken against their will and brought to this place, and you can buy them. But slaves aren't. You kind of offer yourself. It's kind of like a last way out of poverty, or if you desperately need some food, you can come up to this tent right here. We have several places like this, but you can get up here and you can sign yourself on a sheet of paper, and then if someone just needs some people to do their dirty job, they can come up here and pick people, either for just a day and pay you simply, or you can write a contract to work for them for a year or 2 years, and during that time your master is forced to treat you nicely. So it's kind of a, if you really struggle, you can kind of get a job. You won't be paid much, but at least you'll get food, and you'll get a little bit of money, and you'll get a place to sleep, preferably as well. And then if you're a thrall, your life sucks, really. We'll get to that later. But yeah, so that's kind of the way we have slaves here. But this right here is a sugar production area where they produce sugar from the sugar cane. So it's kind of a big factory over here. I think it's kind of cool. So yeah, this is where you create that. And also, let's go across here. You can kind of, it's directly connected to the sugarcane farm over here, where you walk along these water or dugout channels here with these small boats and collecting all of the reeds, put them on here, and yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, and the remainders of the sugar production is used to make some sort of rum over in this place as well. So they kind of, or actually no, this place is used to mill the sugarcane, and then this place over here is used to distill it and make rum. So pretty cool. Yeah, that is most of this district here. We have, of course, some more plazas and stuff. Yeah, this moves over to not really a district without too much happening. It's just like all sorts of houses and that sort of things, because yeah, we need just a place for people to live. There's gonna be so many people just to make sure this place here runs really. But here we have one of the arenas, and this is not an arena per se, but it's a fencing ground where we have this. Some of you guys suggested that in Sangra'Qur, people they settle disagreements that can't be settled like simply with a simple fencing match. And it's part of the culture. There's going to be a judge over here. You can just simply fence. The winner is right. Of course, we have a judge system, which is more for bigger cases. But let's say you and your neighbor disagree on a tree that your neighbor has, and it's creating a lot of shade in your garden. You can kind of fence it out, and the winner decide what happens to the tree. Very simple, very primitive, but it's sort of the culture of this place. So we have one fencing around there, and we have more over the city as well. Yeah, here you can see the gardens of the castle as well. It's all protected, raised up. There's no way to get into the gardens from down here, but from the castle itself you can get out on top of the gardens. And again, you can see the geometrical features of this. It's circular, it's square. And then the water drips off here. It's inspired by the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, and it flows over here and into the ocean. Yeah, I think we're just gonna continue over here as well, and to this place, which is then connected to the harbor, which again has a lot of these geometric features. It's massive. It reminds me of the Millennium Falcon in a way. But I think it's beautiful, and I love the circular shape of it. And then the statue in the middle here, that is oh, I can't remember the name. Hesarin, I think it's Hesarin, the main god of this religion in this place. Yeah, so it's kind of protecting the harbor here, and as you can see, it's massive. Look how tiny these ships are compared to the harbor here. And it opens up into the ocean here. Yeah, so let's just walk along here. We have warehouses. We have not casinos. We have inns, taverns. We have professions making robes, professions making everything. And we have some massive cranes for loading and unloading ships as well. Very technical, very advanced type of cranes here. And this just follows the street here, so let's just walk, and then we might yeah, walk the walls back, I guess. The harbor is protected by some massive walls, so let's just walk here. Here we have one of the tiny details I like to add. Someone had an accident with the cart, yeah, and they dropped some stuff in the ocean here. Yeah, let's just continue over here, where we have again all sorts of professions. I believe this is a sailor's guild. Yeah. And I just love these openings where you kind of walk through the house and it opens up like an oasis in the back. I think that's really cool. So yeah, let's just walk over here and see if we can get up to the lighthouse over there. Check that out. But yeah, these are some of the tinier ships, and then we have some bigger ships over there, and quite a big one over there as well. Yeah. Alright, so I believe, yeah, there is a way up here, so we can walk up here and get to the lighthouse, which is kind of guiding everyone into the harbor here. It's quite massive. So we're just walking along here, and then we have the lighthouse, and actually you can't really see the castle, but if you're from here, let's see, it's better if we get closer. That's one of the biggest issues with this place. I'm struggling to get it all in one shot, especially with shaders on. But look at the view from here. Oh man, it's cool. Now, let's just continue just walking across here. And then we'll get to the next section, which is over there, the Grand Bazaar of this place, which I love. That's probably my favorite part of the city by far. I love the Grand Bazaar. Just the style of it, the atmosphere, and the scale as well. It's big, but it works. Yeah, let's just go along across here. Can we? I think we have to go down here. And let's just walk along here to get to the other side. Here we have like a wall that's kind of splitting the city a little bit apart, splitting the harbor area from the rest of the city, trying to always create some distinct separations. It's a nice way of creating districts, and yeah, I kind of like that. But here we have the Grand Bazaar. We have like the highway going straight through it, so people coming from the harbor can just kind of go straight ahead and all over the city. And then we have the bazaar happening on both sides. And we're just gonna kind of walk through here. I love the arched vaulted ceilings here. And here we can buy everything from cushions, fish, rugs, fruits, vegetables, pottery, furniture, gems as well, all sort of things. And inside this massive structure is all sort of infrastructure. We have offices, we have places for exchanging money and things like that built into this as well. So check out the video if you're interested. And then in front of it, or I guess in front of it is all relative, but on this side of it we have a small market with some market stalls as well outside, kind of covering a small plaza here. Around here we have again just tons of different buildings, I guess, yeah. And this leads down to a small chapel. The people that built up this business district here, this is part of the wealthier part of town or city, and it's trade wasn't really, or I guess capitalism wasn't really a big thing when Sangra'Qur was founded not too long ago, but it's getting older. So people from the other side of the continent, from Meria, came over to here, and they kind of helped grow the economy, and it really shaped the way Sangra'Qur is. So this temple here is actually for the gods of Meria, for the Western gods, and a lot of the people around here are actually descendants from the people that came over from Meria, but also from Osterham, to kind of build up the economy here. So that's kind of cool. You can see the style is distinct. It's definitely a mix between what you see. We haven't built much in Meria, but it's from Osterham. You can see this resemblance in the style, but also the crossover to the more desert style we have here. So I think it's really cool. Yeah, and again, all sort of professions and buildings and everything, really. It's really cool. And let's go up here quickly. We have more sort of manors up here, so mansions and manors and things like that, just along here next to the castle. And again, I won't really be checking out that in too much detail, because we are approaching half an hour now, and that's much longer than I intended it to be. So let's continue here. Here we have the communal area, where we have a place for a lot of the people here to just gather in the evenings, barbecue, eat some food, have some drinks, just socialize and have fun. And then we can continue over here. In the end here you can see some of the newer things we added, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But over here we have the town hall, where the bigger cases are sold outside the fencing area. So the town hall is such a beauty, I think. And I think let's just kind of walk through it, I guess. There's a little garden in the back. I think it's kind of cool. And there's also like this garden on the side of it as well. From here we can access the slave market, which is built up this, or one way to get here is up this staircase. Quite massive one. Let's go up here actually. So what we have here is the slave market. This is where, as I said, slaves can kind of volunteer or sell themselves for a limited period of time to work in a pretty bad job, but for some pay and food and shelter. And down here we have the thrall market, and this is where the brutal, honestly the awful stuff happens. A lot of people criticize me for even including this, but we are building a realistic medieval setting here, and in my opinion this is brutal, but I kind of saw it as a part of this medieval place. But yeah, they bring people up here and they basically sell them. And here we have like a VIP area in the shade. This is where the richest people can stand, and they can buy and get thralls to do their dirty job. So yeah, and then we have some offices and things like that for just making sure the place runs smoothly. Behind here we'll have another wall and even bigger buildings behind it where the university will be, but that's for the future. Let's walk back here. We can remove that, we don't need that anymore. On straight ahead we can see the arena, which is one of the newer features we built. Massive arena for gathering people for just a fun time watching someone fight, like we do today, like with boxing and stuff. So we have the arena over there. On our left side we have the public baths, where we have like a hot spring down here, where we have this really cool elephant statue, and a bigger tub or swimming pool thing over here. And then yeah, we have of course the arena. We'll have some residential areas in the back, and you can kind of see I've been trying to plan out where the city walls will go. So there's not too much left. We're getting there. We're really getting there. And whoops, I suddenly flew. I was trying to do all of this without flying. Well. And the final thing I want to show you is over here, where we have another temple, and it's kind of hard to see, so we'll just walk through this little alley here, which is very well defended. Part of the defense for this place is building these walls to kind of, so you can split out, separate the intruders. Here we have something you haven't seen. This will be one of the barracks, the main barracks of the city guards. That's for the next video. But let's walk over here. And here we have the temple over here, the Temple of Hesarin, which is kind of cool. And that, my friends, is 30 minutes of walking the streets of this massive city of Sangra'Qur. I really hope that you enjoyed. If so, make sure to smack that like button, and if you haven't done already, consider subscribing. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.